for a while now when it comes to these Los Angeles Dodgers. And when you have all the money in the world and you have all the resources, and when you're positioned to always win a championship, you can make moves like this and say the hell with everybody else. Money can destroy the world, and that is exactly what the Los Angeles Dodgers are doing to baseball. And you know what, Strouf? While some Brewers fans are upset and disappointed about it, I'm happy. I'm happy the whole world who thinks about sports or the sports world is talking about the fact that the Los Angeles Dodgers, as you just said, ruined baseball, but the Los Angeles Dodgers are now the New York Yankees of the past, but even worse because we live in a completely different time. I am happy that the Dodgers got Tarik Skubal, not because I want them to win the World Series, but because I want for the owners of Major League Baseball to say enough is enough.
Yep.
Enough is enough because not only did they trade for him, they're going to be the front runners to sign him. And so enough is enough. And if you want a competitive balance in baseball, don't just add draft picks. You got to legitimately add a salary cap. And hopefully players in the Brewers locker room who are excited about the fact that they heard the rumors. Pat Murphy even talked about how he heard the rumors. And so I hope players in baseball, when it's time to negotiate, can say, we want to get ours, but we also want an opportunity to win a championship because money is so great. But guess what? Nobody's going to give a damn about how many millions you made. They're not having parades because Michael Redd got a max deal way back in 2008. Nobody cares about that. They care about the championship. That's what people care about here in Milwaukee. And so until these players decide that we want to be rich and we want the salary cap to be high, but also we want a fair shot at winning a championship, let's have a floor and let's have a top and let's balance competitiveness out and let's actually give teams like the Brewers and like the Tampa Bay Rays an opportunity to not only trade for Tarik Skubal, but have the wherewithal to say, okay, we know we can actually sign this guy and compete. Then great. But until then, until the players want to stop being greedy, this is going to be the end result. So go ahead and say, I'm not playing the game and win a championship. I'm playing to get rich, period.
Well said. Yeah, it's incredibly irritating. Kyle nailed it there. Kyle Wallace, Alex Strouf with you on Sunday Karma as the Los Angeles Dodgers are the team to land Tarik Skubal. It's a gut punch. With Los Angeles, that's not the case. It's we're going to bring you in. You're going to be in a rotation.
So Adam McCalvey from MLB.com covers the Milwaukee Brewers for so many years, and he talked about a potential deal would have had to be like a Luis Pena, and then I forgot who the other guy was, but then also like a Logan Henderson type pitcher. And, you know, if that is the case, we don't know. We don't know. But what we do know is the Brewers did not feel comfortable enough to trade the prospects either in the minor leagues or the guys on the roster, current MLB roster, to the Tigers that they decided not to go in all in. And so it doesn't mean the Brewers don't believe they can win. It just means that the Brewers believe the future is so bright. And that's why people won't get it, but being patient is the way we have to go. We have to be patient, and I promise y'all, I can't guarantee the Brewers are going to win the championship, but I can tell you, and I said it before, is that if you think what is happening in 2026 is fun, wait until you have the best team in baseball with some of the best players in baseball when you know that the inevitable is coming, that these players, if they don't get a salary cap, will one day not be with you, but you get to celebrate that you're going to have this 3 to 4 year window of all these really talented players on the Brewers, and you're going to have a chance where you legitimately have a shot to go to the World Series. The Brewers have a chance to go to the World Series, but they're not the front runner.
Because the Dodgers will just do this year and year again.
Yeah, I mean,
that's why baseball's dead, as we know it, Kyle.
But when you finally have
baseball, no.
You're going to have a roster.
Don't give me crap.
No, you're going to have a roster that can push back against it. I'm telling you, we are going to be Captain America. We are going to be the Avengers. The Brewers have the Avengers in the minor league. Blake Burke is going to be part of the Avengers. Adam Fisher is going to be part of the Avengers.
His name's Andrew.
I said Andrew Fisher. That's my boy. He's going to be part.
That's my boy.
He's going to be part of the Avengers. Yeah, Luis Pena, not sure if he's going to be part of the Avengers or not right away. But Jesus Mate, the guy that was 5 for 5 with 7 RBI and a grand slam on Saturday, or was it Friday? Might be Friday. He's going to be part of the Avengers. Trust me, the Avengers are coming. They're coming. No. The Brewers are one day going to knock off the Dodgers.
Stop. I appreciate the optimism in a moment like this, but stop. You sound ridiculous.
And I sound honest and real.
Friends don't let friends sound stupid. And you sound stupid right now. All due respect.
Well, now,
No,
hurt people. Now you're lashing out. Hurt people.
No, Kyle, I promise you sound stupid. And here's why. Because the Dodgers aren't just going to stop here if nothing changes. Bryce Terang's going to be a Dodger. Jackson Churrio's going to be a Dodger. Jacob Mizorowski's going to be a Dodger. Because the Dodgers just do what they want. And it's very annoying. So, yes, you can have the best farm system in baseball, but what does that mean what does that mean at the trade deadline, Kyle? What does the best farm system in baseball mean today for a team that's tied with the best record in baseball? It means nothing. It means nothing. And that's the irritating part. I want to hear from you on the Cardinals Talking text line this morning. As we, it's been about 12 hours since we've gotten the Tarik Skubal news. He's headed to Los Angeles, not Milwaukee. 800-990-3776 is the Cardinals Talking text line. 800-990-ESPN. Joe, who works in sales, is on the Cardinals Talking text line. He wants to talk about this trade. I imagine he's in a similar mindset as me, probably not in the optimistic Kyle mindset of, oh, the Avengers are coming. Joe in sales, you're on Sunday Karma. Go ahead.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Hey, here's.
Good morning, Joe.
I'm almost positive this happened. First of all, no team was going to get Skubal. It was going to be the Dodgers all along, and I'll tell you why. Skubal didn't want to get traded. He knew that, if the Tigers were kind of teetering for a while, he goes, guys, if you're going to trade me, which I'm probably sure, there's going to be a lockout next year. I want a chance to win a World Series. What teams gives me the best chance? Make this deal. No team had a chance. The Brewers, yes, they probably said, here, take Pena. The Dodgers, and the Tigers, they already had a deal in play already because Skubal told, I'm not 100% sure on this, told them there's going to be a lockout next year. I want a chance to win a World Series. Just trade me to the Dodgers. Now,
Joe, before you continue, you said you're not 100% sure. What percentage are you sure on this?
Now, here's the thing. This whole thing
Three? The answer's probably three. Yeah.
It's not hypothetical, but it's interesting.
No, he's got the tinfoil hat on.
It's a theory. Yeah.
I don't think he's totally incorrect, to be honest.
No, but here's the thing also. The thing about small market teams, that went out the window when the Kansas City Royals went back-to-back World Series about 10 years ago. Teams can get there. So
it's not the same.
The Dodgers,
Joe, hold on. But it's not the same as it was 10 years ago. It's not
What's that?
It's not the same as it was 10 years ago. I understand your point, but baseball's not the same as it was in 2016 when the Royals won it, or whatever year that was, 2015.
Sure it is.
No, it's not.
Teams are overpaid for players big time 10 years ago.
Yeah, but not
I don't
at the
know how
same level.
Ned Yost figured it. I don't know how Ned Yost figured it out back then, but he did.
Yeah.
And they went back-to-back World Series.
Good old Ned Yost.
I love a good Ned Yost pop. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, Joe, and I appreciate the call because I want to take calls this morning. We're going to talk to Jason Wilde at 10:30, but I'm going to talk baseball the rest of the show. Maybe we'll do a little training camp in the 11 o'clock hour, but
Oh, wow, my Packers are
we'll talk to Wilde for
gearing
half an
up
hour.
for a championship.
Yeah, no, we're not talking about them today.
So it's
All that matters is the trade deadline, and all that matters is baseball's dead. The Los Angeles Dodgers officially killed baseball last night.
Yeah, I think what
I
it
don't
was,
care.
it was a spark. It was going to be the ignition that needed to be had in order for public. No, listen. Sometimes you have to plant things in order for it to happen. Now, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm not saying that baseball maybe told the Tigers go with the Dodgers. Maybe the owners said go with the Dodgers deal because we want to be able to stoke up a lot of anger and get people all upset and win the public perception battle to become anti-player when it comes to this looming lockout. I'm not saying that's the case, but what I am saying is the fact that something has to change. And Strouf, the point was made that this is a different time in baseball. That's why you have to be so disciplined in understanding the world that you are in with baseball. That's why you're seeing these teams now, something that we did not see 5 years ago even, is they're locking up these prospects long term before they even get to the major leagues. They're locking them in for long term so they don't have to deal with the back and forth with all the arbitration and all that. And so what I really do believe is that the Milwaukee Brewers are looking at the landscape of baseball, and they want to see the fruits of their labors come to the Major League Baseball and prove everybody that you can build a championship team even still now. And the Brewers, I'm telling y'all, listen, I cannot predict the future, but what I can do is I can look at the talent that you have. And the Milwaukee Brewers have so much talent, and the future is extremely bright where it won't matter how much money other teams spend. Because guess what, Strouf? When the Brewers eventually do have all the guys that they need, they have the bats so they aren't last in Major League Baseball in home runs, guess what they're going to have? They're still going to have some prospects, and guess what they're going to do? They're going to make the move to get whoever the Tarik Skubal is 2 years from now. They're going to make the move to get a Mason Miller. Hell, they still may get Mason Miller. And so what I'm saying is that the Brewers right now feel like they have an opportunity, but they know that window of opportunity is undeniable a couple years from now, and that is where they'll feel like this is the time to make the move because this will make us the front runner.
Yeah.
You're so depressed. You knew this was coming. I don't understand.
I really thought the Brewers had a chance.
They did have a chance. What do you mean? They were in the mix. They were in having conversations.
Yeah,
the
but
trade deadline still isn't here. Mason Miller may be a Brewer.
Yeah, and they still may make a move, but I honestly don't know that it matters anymore because the Dodgers were a tough enough mountain to climb already 24 hours ago. I think it's a different level now. Pitching matters in the playoffs. We had we had Nigel Morgan, T. Plush on Friday, and he kept saying, "What matters in the playoffs? Pitchers and defense."
Oh, guess what? And then what else did Nigel say? What else did he say, Strouf? Why you over here on your poo-poo party? What else did he say?
We said, "Don't get." What did he say?
He said
don't overpay?
He no longer cared about Tarik Skubal because he said it's all about bullpen and bats because a lot of times in the playoffs you're only sending your starter out there for 5 innings anyways, and it's the back end of the bullpen and having a solid bullpen to be able to finish it. I don't know why you're shaking your head, Alex Strouf, on ESPN on YouTube and ESPN Madison on YouTube. That is exactly what Nigel Morgan said. He said, matter of fact, I'm not the best producer, but I can go back to the Kyle and Bruss from Friday, and I can probably find it because he said it off the top, so it wouldn't be hard for me to find. That's what he told you. So if you're gonna reference Nigel Morgan T. Plush, make sure you reference him right.
Yeah, he said pitchers and defense. That's what he said.
He said bullpen.
He said pitching and defense.
Bullpen.
Great. How's Aaron Ashby holding up, Kyle?
Well,
because that's a guy who's probably going to start Game 3 for the Brewers now in a series.
I'm not a math guy, but I know you got about 30 hours left before the trade deadline.
Yeah. I hope you're right. I hope they make a splash. But I think after last night, I don't know how much it matters. You talk about the Avengers. We're talking about Thanos out in Los Angeles, man. They've collected every ring for the last 2 years, and now they've got a back-to-back Cy Young Award winner.
Yo, to already go with what they have.
What's that?
How many on their roster? They have 4 Cy Young winners. I don't think
like
Glasnow won a Cy Young ever, but Blake Snell definitely won at least.
There is a boatload of texts rolling in, so I want to get to those on the other side. The phone line's open. We're going to have the phone lines open all show. Jason Wilde's going to join us. I did send a text to Dom Catronio, so he may join us in the 11 o'clock hour. We're talking about, other than when Wilde is with us, and we'll probably talk about this with Wilde, but we're going to do a little bit of training camp with Wilde. Other than that, we're talking about this. Nothing else matters. We're having a funeral today for baseball. Baseball is dead as we know it, Kyle.
Oh, this is just... This is terrible. You think the season's over now?
The Major League Baseball is broken.
I love being an underdog. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, outside the Green Bay Packers, baby. They always the front runner. I love a good underdog story. I love being the unranked team making an upset. I love the Wisconsin Badgers making a run to the Final Four in the year 2000 when I was a kid.
But Kyle, they might get to the NLCS this year, which is a great accomplishment. Obviously, you want to be there. But you're not beating the Dodgers. They're a team that is built for October. They're not a team that's built for July and August. Except maybe they are now because they had Skubal.
Maybe somebody else can beat them. Since you're so scary.
You are just unbelievably optimistic, which I think we all need because the text line, not optimistic. We will read some of your responses, and I'd love to hear from you on the Carbos Talking text line. 800-990-3776, 800-990-ESPN. Baseball's dead. We'll continue to react to that coming up next. Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin.
More Sunday Karma coming up on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. All the biggest voices, all in one place. The Yingling Legends Line. Exclusive insight from Hall of Famers, All-Stars, and Game Changers, all on the Yingling Legends Line.
Brian Braun, I appreciate you joining us here on Kyle and Brust.
But we just wanted to have fun. You know, baseball's a game of failure and adversity. It's such a long season. You want to find ways to enjoy the success when you have good moments.
The Yingling Legends Line. Crack open a Yingling lager and raise a toast to an American tradition. D.G. Yingling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
What life events have you experienced over the past couple of years? Well, maybe one is coming up. The sale of a company, death, divorce, a health crisis, or helping to pay for college or a wedding. Well, Annex Wealth Management has assisted clients with life events, but planning for them can make all the difference. Knowing what you own, why you own it, and how much you're paying for it is a big part of smart financial planning. Annex has an entire in-house team that works together so you can make informed decisions when life events come up. Click Get Started at annexwealth.com.
It all started with a small storefront and a big promise. Treat every customer just like family. For decades, local families have trusted Sendix to provide the freshest food, the warmest smiles, and a place where community comes first. From generation to generation, we have grown together. Because Sendix is more than just a grocery store. It's home. Thank you for allowing us to serve you for the past 100 years. Here's to the next 100 years. Sendix, your trusted local grocer.
It's a summer of big wins with WinFest at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Just play with your Potawatomi Rewards card for entries and your chance to win cash and reward play all summer long. Then keep the excitement going because all your monthly drawing entries roll over into the WinFest final drawings on September 25th, where you could win cars, dream vacations, free play, and cash. Don't miss out on WinFest only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Every homeowner has a list. That roof, those windows, that bathroom you've been meaning to update. If you've been putting off home improvements, you're not alone. At Exterior Pros and Baths, they help homeowners upgrade their homes with beautiful roofing, siding, windows, doors, gutters, and bathrooms built to last. Right now, save up to $3,000 on your next project. Don't wait until a small problem becomes an expensive one. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com. Exterior Pros and Baths. Done right, built to last.
ESPN fans, it's Gabe Neitzel here, and I want to introduce you to Jens Family Chiropractic. Whether you're putting in long days on the job, coaching the kids, spending weekends on the golf course, or just trying to stay active, your body takes on a lot. And if back pain, neck pain, headaches, or sciatica have become a part of your routine, Jens Family Chiropractic believes it's worth finding out why. Their focus is identifying the cause of the problem, not just covering up symptoms. Learn more and check out their new patient special at jensfamilychiropractic.com. That's jensfamilychiropractic.com.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geis today. For 70 years, Geis has been the trusted garage door authority in Wisconsin. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget and will even build custom designs to get your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to geisdoors.com. That's GEIS doors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield, featuring hundreds of doors and openers and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank. And while buying a home is a big deal, it certainly doesn't have to be and shouldn't be a stressful experience. At Great Midwest Bank, we combine competitive rates, fast pre-approvals, and honest advice from knowledgeable loan officers to help you every step of the way through your home buying or building journey. For 90 years, our customers have been part of the GMB family. Experience a state of tranquility at GreatMidwestBank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
Whether it's breaking Packers news, breaking Bucks news, or breaking Brewers news, we are Milwaukee's place for the biggest sports stories right when they happen on 94.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app. You're listening to Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Yeah. Baseball status, we know it. The Los Angeles Dodgers get Tarik Skubal. And Alex Strouf and Kyle Wallace are here to help you make sense of it. On Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN Wisconsin app, ESPN Milwaukee, ESPN Madison on YouTube. The cardless talk and text line is open for you. 800-990-3776.
Are you really here to help people make sense of it? Because I'm not a psychiatrist or anything like that, or a therapist, but
sure.
I think negativity
we're
doom and gloom is not helping people get through it. I think it's maybe a vent session.
Hold on a minute. Let's not act like you're all high and mighty for a moment. The stages of grief are denial and then anger.
Wait, denial, then anger. Don't you skip?
I'm in anger.
Oh, you were in denial before the trade happened.
Correct. I was in denial that baseball would die. I didn't think Skubal was going to the Dodgers. I thought somebody else would swoop in and pull
Jeff
it off.
Passan told you on Thursday that he was going to the Dodgers.
Than that. Yeah, probably.
He literally, it went from Brewers to all of a sudden he flipped, said the Dodgers. And once Jeff Passan said the Dodgers, that should have let everybody know, like, okay, the guy who covers baseball for ESPN. And let me tell you something. Anybody that covers sports for ESPN, they're not just blowing
stuff up.
Yeah. When they're considered like a insider, they are an insider because legitimately they're getting fed information.
Yeah.
So they're not just saying, like when people were mad at Shams. No, Shams was getting fed information. Jeff Passan was getting fed information. He already had a great reputation before he joined ESPN.
Steve chimes in on the text line. The Dodgers are a team of all-stars and Cy Young winners, while the Brewers are a team on a strict budget playing for second place. That's kind of what it feels like. And I'm not here to knock the Brewers. Because, A, what they've done the last several years is incredible, right? Like, best record in baseball consistently. They turn nobodies into somebodies. I think Logan Henderson is this year's example of that, right? Like a rookie that nobody had expectations for. They've won 7 games in a row when he starts. He's Quinn Priester of last year.
He's not a nobody.
Kyle Harrison, it didn't work in San Francisco, it didn't work in Boston. He comes in the first 3 months of the season. He's excellent, right? Like, we were talking about Kyle Harrison being an all-star at the beginning of the month of June. I think kind of fell off after that, but
I think the biggest story is your first base. I mean, go back to last year, and you're not.
Well, I'm talking pitchers right now.
Well, okay, I was just saying in general. I mean, Andrew Vaughn. When we got Andrew Vaughn, y'all laughed.
Right, but
keyword y'all. I didn't laugh.
He's been fine.
Jake
Bowers has been excellent. Hit another home run the other night, but no, I'm talking pitchers right now because that's what the Brewers missed out on yesterday.
Robert Gasser pitched well yesterday.
Yeah, he's been solid. He's been a good story.
No, this is what you need for your number 4 and 5, maybe 3.
Yeah, this ain't this ain't a World Series team at this point. And you're only losing ground. Had he gone to like the Rays, I guess I don't really care today. Yeah, they missed out, whatever. But he went to Tampa. Okay, that makes sense.
I get it. That makes this is probably the most logical thing that makes sense. Is that it's not.
Dude, even I honestly, and I don't know if this was an option, but had he gone to the Cubs, I even feel okay.
Oh well, I wouldn't.
And I hate the Cubs.
Yeah, that's.
But I'm not looking at it like I'm looking at it today.
No, but that's a little bit too far.
No, but if he goes to the Cubs, I'm not sitting here and going, "Well, the Brewers have no chance now."
Well, it just makes.
He went to the Dodgers, which makes me think the Brewers have no chance now. You know, they're still going to be there. I still think they're the second best team in the NL. You know, like the Braves are good, but the Brewers are the second best team in the National League, and I just don't know how to make sense of it. I'm attempting to, but I'm not you know me, Kyle. Anybody that's listened for a long time knows how I operate, right? Like I am a glass half full, optimistic, positive guy when it comes to my sports teams. I always think there's a way. Always. When it's the Packers, the Badgers, the Brewers, the Bucks, I always talk myself into thinking there is a way. And that is, that's been an impossible task the last 12 hours. I cannot find, I didn't sleep well last night. Because I've been thinking about this. I don't know why you're rolling your eyes. I'm being dead serious. Have you looked at me today? Does it look like I slept well last night?
Might be other factors contributing to the
not
sleeping.
No, it's Tarik Skubal. That's the factor. I'm disappointed. Not only because the Brewers didn't land Tarik Skubal, because of all teams in the league that could go out and land a back-to-back Cy Young Award winner, it was the freaking Dodgers. So, and I see your disappointment. on the text line. Josh chimes in from the 608. Morning, boys. Strouf, you're angry, and that's exactly how Brewers fans should be. A little at the Brewers and a little bit at the MLB. The MLB is broken, and it is disheartening. That's Josh in the 608. Yeah, you're right. This only furthers the idea that a lockout is imminent in Major League Baseball. We'll get to Jason Wilde. We'll talk a little Packers training camp. I'm going to get his take on the Skubal thing, though. I mean, this is a huge, huge deal.
He's a Brewers fan.
It's a huge story. A fan, probably not the right word, but he does.
He used to be a Brewers fan.
There you go. Yeah, right. So we'll talk to Jason Wilde about this as well as everything going on at Packers training camp. Training camp practice number 4 is today up in Green Bay. That's coming up next. Jason Wilde joins me and Kyle Wallace. It's right here on Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN Wisconsin app, ESPN Milwaukee, ESPN Madison on YouTube.
This is Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Buying or selling a home isn't just a transaction. It's one of life's biggest decisions.
That's why clarity, trust, and the right guidance matter, especially in an ever-changing market.
I'm Tony Wendorf with Tony Wendorf & Associates, powered by Keller Williams.
I'm John Lorenz.
And I'm Taylor Mangini. Our team delivers a white glove experience at every price point, combining expert negotiation, local insight, and genuine care.
Get started today with a team you can trust at wendorfteam.kw.com.
Tony Wendorf & Associates.
Driven by faith, gratitude, and results.
Trying to keep up with the 21st century can really get you down.
When you need a break, come to Kessler's.
We'll turn your day around.
We have good air conditioning.
And we love making new friends.
The coffee's better than average.
Because we want you to come back again.
We want to be your jeweler.
My father told you for 29 years that he wanted to be your jeweler.
He put that desire in everyone he hired.
And then he gave us the company.
He transformed our lives and gave us the most fun job on earth.
It's easy to sell jewelry when you sell it for less than it's worth.
Come and take a look at our engagement rings.
And of course, we have thousands of other things.
When you're having an overcast day, come to Kessler's.
We're going to turn your day around.
Free jewelry cleaning done by world-class professionals.
While you drink your good coffee in a room full of diamonds and gold.
Makes you feel better, no matter what you've been told.
One thing you definitely want to see before you're done
is our exclusive Kessler 81.
To find the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? At Milwaukee Weight Loss, we know the secret. Our doctor-developed, easy-to-follow weight loss program helps you lose weight fast, naturally and safely, and with no drugs or injections with risk of serious side effects, no prepackaged meals, bars, shakes, and no exercising required. Our program helps reset your metabolism so you can keep the weight off for good with a coach for ongoing support. Our program costs up to half as much and works up to twice as fast as most other programs. Go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation.
With summer winding down and everyone getting back into a routine, maybe it's time to put yourself back at the top of your priority list. I'm Josh DiMaggio, and I can honestly say I've never felt better since starting my journey with Milwaukee Weight Loss. Right now, new patients can save $200 on the complete Milwaukee Weight Loss program when they enroll by August 31st. Don't keep telling yourself you'll start after football season or wait until January. Start today. Visit MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com and schedule your free consultation.
Results may vary.
Hey baseball fans, when the game's over, keep the fun of the season going at the award-winning Lake Lawn Resort on beautiful Delavan Lake. Trade the bleachers for the shoreline and the always-on-the-go schedule for total lakeside relaxation. Celebrate your own MVP moments with waterfront dining, golf, relaxing spa-scapes, and family fun all season long. Just a short drive from Milwaukee, it's your home run getaway. Book your stay today at LakeLawnResort.com and come find out for yourself why everything is better at the lake.
Hi, guys. This is the Rocket Roger Clemens. You don't pitch in the majors for 24 years without feeling it later. Shoulders, elbows, knees. Trust me, pain doesn't retire when you do.
That's baseball legend Roger Clemens.
I tried the ice. I tried rest, PT, nothing really worked. When I heard about QC Kinetics, the concept sounded promising. Non-surgical regenerative treatments that help your body heal itself without surgery. Sign me up, just what I needed, real lasting relief.
Whether you're a former pro, a weekend golfer, or just want to walk around pain-free again, QC Kinetics uses cutting-edge technology and natural biologics to help restore and repair damaged tissue.
I trusted them with my joints. Now I'm back doing what I love.
Call QC Kinetics today and schedule your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. Tune into the Rich Eisen Show weekdays from 12 to 2 right here on 94.5 ESPN.
You're listening to ESPN Milwaukee on 94.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
That's 414-240-2298.
It's the best producer in radio, folks. It's Kyle Wallace on the ones and twos. Apologies for the double audio there for about 10 seconds.
10 seconds was it 10 seconds?
It was about 10 seconds.
I feel like it was shorter than that.
No,
I was multitasking.
Oh, were you? Not well.
I was on the phone with Jason, and so I tried to play the music.
Hold on. When you say you were multitasking, that usually means you were accomplishing two things at once.
No, multitasking.
You were failing multiple things at once.
No, multitasking doesn't mean you were successfully multitasking. It means you were multitasking. I was doing multiple tags.
Well, that you were doing. I can agree with that. Alex Strouf, Kyle Wallace with you on Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin. The ESPN Wisconsin app, ESPN Milwaukee, ESPN Madison on YouTube. Jason Wilde joins us now, I assume from Lambeau Field, as the Packers get ready for training camp practice numero cuatro, number 4, up in Green Bay. Good morning, Jason.
100% my fault, 0% Kyle's.
That's not
I
true.
was talking to him, trying to plan how the segment would go so I can get down to practice after I'm done talking to you. So 100% on me, all my fault. Sorry, Kyle, for putting you in a position to fail.
Yeah, I don't think you need that.
I wouldn't say that. I would just say it played a role.
No, it was definitely you were ready to come back, and then I was like, hey, can we? I want to get down to practice. We can do the same amount of time. Can we just not do 2 segments? Just put it into one and screw up the clock.
It's great you
like
had that conversation then, and we're not having that conversation now because we're clearly having that conversation now. Now I know we're only doing one segment. This
now
is good.
don't lie. I told you that.
Yeah, well, I was listening to Rich Eisen for the 3rd time.
Right, but you're getting out. I thought it was important for our audience to know that was you're getting after him, and it's my fault, not his.
It's not.
I just want to make sure everybody knew that. That's all.
You're not behind the controls. That's neither here nor there. You're also not behind the controls of what goes on in Major League Baseball. But I am curious, Jason, your opinion as a guy that has been in the business a long, long time. I'm going to ask you a very simple question: is baseball dead as we know it? Yes or no? After Tarik Skubal goes to the Dodgers.
Yeah, I hate what baseball is, right? Like, there's all these cute stories. I love Moneyball. It's one of my favorite movies. But, the bottom line about those Oakland A's, they didn't win jack, right? Like, great story, revolutionized baseball and everything else. But you still, what does Brad Pitt say as Billy Beane? There are rich teams and there are poor teams. Then there's 50 feet of crap. And then there's us, right? You guys are in there talking about like you're looking for jeans, like you're looking for the next Fabio. Well, Matt Arnold and the Brewers do an amazing job. Like the deck is stacked against them and multiple other teams, and they do an amazing job of not just being competitive, but winning a ton of games. But in the end, the haves and the have-nots, it remains an issue. And I understand there's been some years, right? The Royals won the World Series, 10 years ago now?
Yeah.
Like, it just sucks. And as somebody who works in the building at 1265 Lombardi Avenue and does not agree with a lot of things, like I still, the idea that they're kind of setting the stage to not pay taxes to the city, which, again, I don't want my house to ever start on fire. But if it does, I would like the fire department to have enough money to come put it out. I don't agree with a lot of things, but one thing that is special about the NFL is not the major diseases that their players end up with from the head trauma they endure. It's not the billions upon billions of dollars they make in television rights. There's a lot of things that I don't like about the NFL, but one of them is that they have revenue sharing and that it allows everyone That's the great thing about the NFL. It doesn't matter what team you follow as a fan. You can still have legitimate hope when you start the season and during training camp and when they're doing their back together weekend or whatever the hell they call it. And baseball, it's almost as if the Brewers needed to give up much of their farm system just to make the deal better so they could get Skubal and sacrifice their future just so the Dodgers wouldn't. And it's just, the rich get richer is just, it's just sick.
Yeah, it's well said. Now, I will say, I don't think yesterday was necessarily a salary cap or lack thereof issue, right? Like, I believe that is a problem, and that is what we're going to address this offseason and likely into next season. I would imagine the holdout will, or the lockout rather, will linger into next season when the season's supposed to start. But I don't think that's the issue with yesterday. I think the issue with yesterday is, you're right, though, where the Brewers didn't want to give up their entire future. Likely.
Well, no, you're right. I mean, and I'm not, I don't know if they're going to pay Skubal after this or not. And I, frankly,
I would assume they will,
concern.
But yeah, right. It doesn't really matter today.
Too. But my point is that when you, and this is, I didn't articulate it effectively enough clearly, is that when you rely on developing the next generation of good players that are eventually going to either sign elsewhere or you're going to trade them so someone else can pay them, you can't afford to be giving up half your farm system to get a rental guy.
Yeah.
Right? And that's
really
another function of the financial, disparity there is in baseball. Like the Packers don't have to, develop good players. They don't have to develop Tucker Kraft and then trade him to someone else because they're not going to be able to pay him. Like they have enough, I know they're crying poverty with other stuff, but they have enough money to pay him. I still can't believe he's going out there. Jameer, I said this to LaFleur this morning, like Jameer Gibbs isn't practicing in Detroit. He's not practicing until he gets a contract. I said, what does it say about Tucker Kraft that he's practicing? And what I should have said is, this is kind of dumb, right? But I wasn't going to say that in a press conference because Devontae Adams did it. I still think he made a mistake, but at least he stayed healthy. Tucker Kraft is coming off an ACL. If I was him, I would definitely say, look, okay, let's compromise. I'll do individual drills, but I'm not doing a team drill until you guys pony up because there's just too much at stake.
Dude, you're so good. Nice transition into the Packers. That was really well done. As Jason Wilde hangs out with us here on Sunday Karma, Alex Strouf, Kyle Wallace with you. So I always love this time of year where I can just say, Jason, what's on your mind, right? Like, what are you thinking about as you head to practice today? Clearly, Tucker Kraft is what you're thinking about.
Yeah, I mean, we've obviously talked a lot about him, and I've written a lot about him in the last few days, so I'm actually going to take the day off from the Tucker saga. But, there's a lot of kind of smaller – that's obviously been the biggest story, right? Like, first, he's not out there, then that he is.
It's great that he's out there, by the way. I don't know that we've done a good enough job communicating that to our fans. Like, I was impressed it was this fast.
Yeah,
I didn't think it would happen this fast.
I love it.
He's likely, he's going to be ready by week 1, which I know was always on the table, but for him to get activated in July, I didn't even think that was possible.
Jason, did they say he's going to participate in the Cardinals? I know that's week 3, but he's going to participate in that.
The joint practice?
Yeah.
Yeah, so today is August 2nd. That joint practice is scheduled for August 26th. So he's got, 3+ weeks before that practice. Again, Tucker has not asked my opinion, but especially going against somebody from another team, if they haven't given you your new contract, don't do it. But that is what he said his goal was. His goal is to participate in that practice. So whether or not he...
When do we think that contract comes, though, Jason? It has to be soon, right? Like, we'll have news next week, this week, right? We should hear something about him getting his contract this week.
Yeah, I think, if you look at kind of where he's at, there's some other tight ends that have gotten paid, but generally nobody really makes it to market, right, at that position. Like, if you have a good one, you pay him. And I'm not exactly sure how high he's shooting for. I have to think he's got to be shooting higher than $19.1 million per year, right? That would tie him with George Kittle. And by the way, they have the same agent. Both Kittle and Tucker Kraft have Jack Becta, a longtime NFL agent, as their agent. So I'll be interested to see how that kind of works out in terms of getting that deal done, because he's, there's no reason why he should not be the highest paid tight end in football, even if he gets surpassed shortly thereafter by some of these other guys that are coming up as well.
Jason Wilde is with us here on Sunday Karma. ESPN Wisconsin, Alex Strouf, Kyle Wallace with you. What's on your mouth? You were just mouthing something back there, Kyle.
Did Jason say there's no reason he shouldn't be the highest paid?
That's what he said, yeah.
Like in highest value, or you're talking about per year?
Wouldn't that be the same?
Like he should. There should be two things about his contract.
Okay.
One, it should average $20 million a year or more.
Yep.
He's scheduled to make $3.4 million this year. I mean, that again, I like put that. None of us can fathom millions of dollars. None of us make that kind of money. But
speak for yourself.
Yeah. Well, I know you don't. But like put that, take some zeros off and put it in our view. Like if you're making $30,000 a year and you should be making $200,000 a year, that you got to be careful, right? Because if you do something that could jeopardize the $200,000 and you're making 30, that's a concern. So again, these guys all get paid money that us normal people can never even imagine or hope to have. But it's about paying people what they're worth. And that's what he's worth.
Because Trey McBride, I think, got 43 guaranteed, and George Kittle got 40 million guaranteed. So you think the Packers are going to give out at least 40 million guaranteed to Tucker Kraft?
Yeah, well, you're exactly right, Kyle. This is the other part two of the contract, in my opinion. He has to have a much higher percentage of his money guaranteed than what Reed got, than what Watson got, and than what Devontae Wyatt got. Like those again, all those guys, I'm happy for all of them. I really like Jaden Reed and Christian Watson. I'm not going to pretend to know Devontae Wyatt. He very rarely speaks to us. When he does, he's not particularly enjoying it, I don't think, even though he seems to have a really good personality. But like those two guys that I do know pretty well, I'm able to say to them to their face, I feel like you guys undersold yourselves. I feel like you got a lot more guaranteed, and have them both agree with me. I mean, I don't think Tucker Kraft should put him in a position where I can walk up to him and say, Tuck, what are you doing taking so little guaranteed? These guys are getting a steal with you. Like, again, going back to our baseball conversation earlier, the other part of that equation is all those dudes, when they sign their contracts in baseball, they're getting every penny. Whether the team keeps them or not, whether they want to pay him all that money or not. Bobby Bonilla is still collecting. But
couple more years.
But Elton Jenkins never saw the final year of his contract, right? That's why he was trying to get money guaranteed. Remember last year when Elton was holding out or holding in, like all he wanted was them to guarantee the money that was already in his contract, which he would already have guaranteed in other sports, because he wanted to know he was going to be here. And, of course, they didn't want to do that. Why? Because they didn't plan on him being here.
Right.
So, for Tucker, the more you can get guaranteed, the better. Like, I keep using this Alec Pierce contract from the Colts. Like, he got a massive amount of money guaranteed. He got more money guaranteed by himself than what Watson and Reed got combined. So, those are the two pieces for Tucker. And again, I love everything. How do you not love everything about him as a football player, right? Tough guy, the way he, plays the game. The guy plays. No one's ever going to call him a low snap count guy. But again, like the risk that he takes with his style of play, he's got to protect himself.
And Jason, he's principled, because when his garbage didn't fully get dumped out, he called and complained, and that is Kyle Wallace-esque.
Yeah, he sounds like you.
That to me, spoke to my soul. Said, hey, everybody has a job to do. I think you got to finish cleaning up the garbage like you're supposed to. I ain't mad at Tucker for that.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think the sanitation crews in Greater Green Bay are doing the best they can. Sometimes it's tough when you tip over the can, and in fairness to the crew there, if you jam something in and wedge it into your bucket in a manner that it is not loose and going to fall out, you want the guy to climb into the compactor
Is that
on
what
the truck
happened?
and pull it out
Do
of
we
there.
know the full story?
That's what he
here?
says. He says that they dumped his garbage can and there were still remnants of garbage in the can.
Oh no,
that was what his issue was.
Got it.
So again, I'm not a
You ever have that
I'm
issue
not a
in Green Bay?
garbologist.
You are not a garbologist, but you do
I
live
have
in Green
never,
Bay.
I do. I have never had my garbage can returned to me with garbage still in it.
Nicely done.
Not once.
You're a pro.
Nicely done by them. I don't know. It had nothing to do with me.
Jason, we appreciate the time as always, brothers. I know you got to get to practice, so I will talk to you on.
I got another minute or two.
Well,
you got another
more. Well, then, Jason, I want to know about Keyshawn Nixon because you talked about Elton
that's done.
Jenkins, and it's done.
It's the same situation.
But so he's not. So did he? Was his initial thought? Because I heard you on the Homer Hour. I think on Thursday. I didn't get to hear the full conversation. Was his initial thought, you think, I'm going to maybe try to sit out, and then he had a second mind and say, you know what, no, I'm going to practice, or is he?
Are you asking whether or not the hamstring injury was legit? Is that what you're asking?
If he really wants a contract?
Well, of course he wants.
Well, first of all, I don't think there's any question he really wants a contract. Like we all know that. What I would say is that I think I'm not gonna. I was uncomfortable with this when he wasn't practicing that first day with the hamstring, and some of us put air quotes around it. I'm never comfortable questioning the veracity of a guy's injury. And he said that he woke up with tightness. He's got plausible deniability that he had a legitimate issue. They told him to go have it looked at, and so he did. Okay. Now, all of that said, if we're being honest, I can understand why people would question the legitimacy. But what I think happened, and again, I don't pretend in any way to speak for Keyshawn, even though I think he gets a raw deal from the fan base they're always so angry, and they're never angry at Goody for setting up a cornerback group that makes him the number one. I don't disagree that he shouldn't be your number one corner. He'd be a fine number two, and no one would complain about him. But it's the general manager who sets the roster, not Keyshawn Nixon.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what he probably did was he looked at the situation, looked at the fact that they drafted Brandon Cisse and Domani Jackson, and said, look, they didn't pay Elton. They're not going to pay me. So I'm just going to have to suck it up, Buttercup, and go out there and prove myself and get paid by someone else next year, because all I'm going to do is hurt my own chances by not practicing and giving all my reps to a rookie. And then, then I'm going to be the one who's out in the cold. Like Jahmyr Gibbs can sit out. Like nobody's replacing Jahmyr Gibbs.
Great point.
But Keyshawn Nixon is he's not Jahmyr Gibbs. He's not, Darrelle Revis. If he was Darrelle Revis, he could not practice. But he's not. He's Keyshawn Nixon.
He is indeed. All right, Jason, we're going to let you go. But before I let you go, can I ask you to do an assignment for us over the next hour 7?
Don't say us. I'm not giving this man any homework. Go ahead.
It's quick homework.
Well, what am I supposed to? What am I supposed to say? No, no, you can't give me homework.
Let me give you the homework, and then you can decide whether or not you're going to do it. You're not going to get an F or an A. Like I'm not grading the work. I was just curious if maybe over the course of the next hour and 7 minutes that we're on the air, text us one thing that stands out from practice.
Well, that was nice.
That is nice, but I'm probably not going to do that.
Oh, wow.
Why not?
Because it's still not pads.
I guess I don't care. I'm excited. It's football season.
I'm really excited.
If Matthew Golden makes an incredible catch, I'd like to hear that from
Juice, another pick six off a veteran
Dude,
quarterback.
Stop talking about Benjamin St. Juice. Stop talking about it.
That was a sick pick. Not as good as Jonathan Baldwin's was the day before.
I don't even know who's that.
Call him. Who's Jonathan Baldwin?
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
You don't know who Jono is? Jono?
Jono? I went to high school with a dude named Jono.
Jono was an undrafted free agent last year from UNLV.
Safety?
Safety, yeah, also could play corner.
Okay.
Spent the entire season until week 18 on the practice squad and not playing. And then he got promoted to the 53 for that last game of the regular season, that meaningful game that I covered up in the Twin Cities. Yeah. And then he played 10 special team snaps in the playoff game.
Did you write a story about him recently? Why do you know how many special team snaps he's played?
In fact, it is my favorite story of camp so far. I got to finish my newsletter. That's probably why you haven't read it.
That's exactly why, yeah.
And send that out this morning. But I wrote about him and Marlon Jones today because Tramon Williams was at practice on Thursday, going into the Packers Hall of Fame. And that was the day that Jono had his interception. And the day before that, Marlon Jones, who missed an entire college football season with stage 3 cancer, by the way.
Wow.
And they both had interceptions on the first 2 days. And just as luck would have it, serendipity, if you will, Tramon was here. And then we talked to him on Thursday night before the Hall of Fame induction. I said, hey, I remember training camp back in 2007, which is insane, by the way, because that's 19 years ago, where you broke up like back-to-back passes from Brett Favre on the first day of camp. And it was like this launch, and he's like, well, Jason, first I got to correct you. It was 3 in a row, which was awesome. Like, it was the highlight of my day. But remember, Tramon was this guy that nobody knew who the hell he was. He'd been on the practice squad during the late part of the 2006 season that year. He was the guy who he went to camp with the Houston Texans, had been a walk-on at Louisiana Tech, undrafted, cut by the Texans, and then every week at the start of the 2006 season, every Tuesday he was going to a different team for a tryout and getting a thanks, don't call us, we'll call you. Finally caught on with the Packers practice squad. His first camp with the Packers, he breaks up 3 passes from Favre, and then he has an interception against Rodgers on family night, and by the end of the 2007 season, he's their nickel guy playing in the NFC Championship game. And then he becomes one of the best corners in football, along with, obviously playing with Al Harris and Charles Woodson. And, on Thursday night, he ended up in the Packers Hall of Fame. So I asked him about what he did that first day of camp in 2007, and I tied it together with what Jono and Marlon did the first 2 days of camp. It's my favorite story I've written, not only in camp, but probably in the last 6 to 8 months. And Tramon's one of my all-time favorite guys. So I'm going to shamelessly plug channel3000.com or just sign up for the newsletter, and it'll be delivered directly to your inbox like Strouf's.
Yeah, the Extra Points newsletter is awesome. It's all of Jason's work on the Packers at channel3000.com. I imagine I'm not alone, Jason, as I was listening to you tell that story. I'm sitting there smiling because you just said it. Tramon Williams, one of my all-time favorite Packers. He's such a great story. He was such a great player. They do not win that Super Bowl without Tramon Williams.
No, they definitely don't.
But
no doubt about it.
Nice shameless plug because I'm looking forward to reading it, and that's the beauty of this time of the year, man. It's all the as much as we can sit here and talk about a Tucker Kraft contract, the real stories are the guys that might make the roster. And we're at 22 years in a row where a UDFA makes the roster.
I think so. Wes Hodkiewicz is the arbiter of that.
Okay.
So I will defer to him, but yeah, it's somewhere in it's definitely over 2 decades.
All right. Go to practice. We appreciate the time as always. I will talk to you on Tuesday on Wilde and Tausch, but we would like to hear from you in the next hour with something that stands out from practice.
Yeah, I'll see what I can do.
All right. Appreciate you, buddy.
All right, guys. Take care. Be good.
The great Jason Wilde. Channel3000.com, Wilde and Tausch, weekdays 9 to noon. Right here on ESPN Wisconsin. You look confused back there. Did I run longer than you expected me to?
You were ready to get him off at 10:50, and he said, "Well, I have like a minute or two left."
And then he spent 9 more minutes.
Well,
with us?
then you just did your whole soliloquy at the end there, just talking about
soliloquy.
Oh, Jason, Tramon Williams. If you're like me, you smiled when you heard Jason tell that story.
You were smiling. You were smiling. I saw you.
I was.
Yeah, you were smiling.
I was smiling, but Jason has to go. You gave him a homework assignment. Now you got less than an hour to do it.
Well, I guess he didn't seem like he was mad that he was.
He did not.
Yeah, he seemed like he was enjoying it.
I
tried to let him go, and he said, "I'm good. Let's stay."
Yeah, I'm good for a minute or two, and you took advantage of it. But he's sweet on Alex Strouf.
Wow, a lot of Brewers to talk about. I'm still not over it, and I don't know that I will be by noon, but maybe I will be. We'll find out. More Brewers talk coming up next. Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN Wisconsin app.
You're listening to Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Whether it's live or in podcast form, you've heard us on air with all of our shenanigans.
Gabe, I'm throwing some. Why are you throwing? I don't want.
Now see your favorite 94.5 ESPN shows streaming on video.
By me, by the way. I hit that microphone like 4 out of 6 times on that.
Subscribe to ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube and get notified when we hit the air live. Plus, you can watch back any second that you miss and see original digital content too. Watch, listen, interact. ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Your premier Michigan golf getaway includes rounds at Sweetgrass and Sage Run. Book Monday through Wednesday for best availability. Savor elevated dining and unwind at the full-service Drift Spa between rounds. Grab quick bites in the expanded Sage Run Clubhouse or refresh overlooking the 9th and 18th at Sweetgrass. It's all part of an unforgettable golf experience.
Hey Wisconsin, it's construction season and the Wisconsin DOT wants to help you safely navigate work zones in your area. Check 511wi.gov or download the free 511 app to see current road work, closures, detours, and camera views on your route. Wherever your travels take you, know before you go with 511wi.gov. That's 511wi.gov. And remember, know before you go. Always park the phone while driving. Sponsored by the Wisconsin DOT.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geis today. For 70 years, Geis has been the trusted garage door authority in Wisconsin. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget and will even build custom designs to get your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to geisdoors.com. That's GEIS doors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield, featuring hundreds of doors and openers and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher for Outdoor Living Unlimited. Well, my wife and I chose Outdoor Living Unlimited to build our outdoor project. And when we met with Aaron and Eric Brown, owners and brothers of Outdoor Living Unlimited, we felt like they were the right guys to work with. We share the same hardworking values, and their showroom is a must-see at 665 Larry Court in Waukesha. If you're looking for a new deck, outdoor kitchen, screen room, and more, Outdoor Living Unlimited is a must. Start with OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com and end with an amazing outdoor space.
Your brand doesn't need more square footage.
It needs more wow.
When you work with Captivate Exhibits, trade show booths become magnets. Lobbies become living stories. Break rooms become culture builders.
Captivate creates experiences people don't just see, they feel.
For more than 30 years, their award-winning team has transformed big ideas into bold brand moments that command attention and drive results.
Stop blending in.
Start captivating.
Visit CaptivateExhibits.com.
ESPN Wisconsin's Gabe Neitzel here for Events by Design. If you're planning an annual meeting, leadership summit, product launch, or trade show, you already know the pressure is on. Events by Design takes those high-stake moments and turns them into immersive experiences that energize your audience and elevate your brand. They handle everything: designing, planning, production, ensuring your event is executed seamlessly. No stress, no scrambling, just a memorable experience that delivers. Get started today. Just search online. Events by Design. They design, you party.
Every homeowner has a list. That roof, those windows, that bathroom you've been meaning to update. If you've been putting off home improvements, you're not alone. At Exterior Pros and Baths, they help homeowners upgrade their homes with beautiful roofing, siding, windows, doors, gutters, and bathrooms built to last. Right now, save up to $3,000 on your next project. Don't wait until a small problem becomes an expensive one. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com. Exterior Pros and Baths. Done right, built to last.
We don't just cover the green and gold. We cover the green and gold. Your home for Green Bay football talk on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Sunday Karma coming up on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
One call, that's all, with Gruber Law Offices. If you or a loved one is ever injured in an accident, do not hesitate. Make one call, that's all, to Gruber Law Offices, and they will take care of you. I remember when I got rammed in the back when I was driving my car. I made one call, that's all, to Gruber, and they took good care of me. I didn't have to worry about, going back and forth with the insurance companies. They made sure I got my physical therapy, and they made sure I got everything I would deserve, and I never had to pay a single penny until they won my case. So get with the winning law firm today with Gruber Law Offices by visiting them at gruber-law.com. That's gruber-law.com. Is one call, that's all, with Gruber Law Offices.
It is Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN Wisconsin app, ESPN Milwaukee, ESPN Madison on YouTube. The Los Angeles Dodgers acquire Tarik Skubal, the back-to-back Cy Young Award winner in the American League last night, which is disappointing for a number of reasons. Obviously, us as Brewers fans wanted to see the Brewers go out and acquire him. And, of course, he goes to the team that you don't want to see him go to. Right? If there was one team, I think all of us could say, hey, I don't want to see Skubal end up blank. I don't want to see him end up this place. We're all picking the Dodgers, and that's where he ends up. Likely will sign an extension. It's ruined baseball. And that's not to say, again, I don't want to be too negative because I think the Brewers will be in there, and you played the games for a reason, right? The NLCS, that is, and I think they'll be in there for a reason. And I think they'll have a chance. I just think that the Dodgers are built to win in October. We almost saw them fall in the World Series last year, so we know they're beatable. Just the Brewers did not come close last year. Clean sweep in the NLCS, and I imagine the Skubal trade is certainly not going to help the Brewers' chances. But, hey, never say never. Got to play the games for a reason. Want to hear from you on this. How are you feeling as a Brewers fan? 800-990-3776. If you're on the line, stay there. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to get to some of your calls. So 800-990-3776. I would love to hear from you on this on the Cardinals Talking text line. Just how are you feeling as a Brewers fan? Disappointed? Angry? Am I being too negative? Do you still have hope? I really would have liked Skubal. Mizorowski and Skubal as your top two starters in any series would have been really helpful. But is what it is. We'll get to your calls coming up next. Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN Wisconsin app.
You're listening to Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Progressive knows you could have easily taken the freeway, but you took the scenic route to see a waterfall and an oddly busy boiled peanut stand. Discovering the unexpected is exactly why you bought an RV, so protect it with a bundle from Progressive. Because although you may be 3 hours behind schedule, you're 6 jars of jam richer and possibly enrolled in a butter-churning workshop. Switch to Progressive and protect your RV, boat, or motorcycle by bundling with your home or auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
I scream. You scream. We all scream. Because Wendy's famous small classic Frosty is just $1 for a limited time. More screaming, happy screaming, summer screaming, dollar small classic Frosty screaming! But please don't scream in the drive-thru. It hurts the employees' ears. Get a $1 small classic Frosty for a limited time, only at Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. A la carte only, not valid for delivery. Limit 10 per transaction. Price may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
For all skilled sheet metal workers in Racine and Kenosha, your future is calling. If you're looking for incredible pay, added job security, and unbeatable benefits, take a look at Smart 18, the union for Wisconsin sheet metal workers. In this area, the total wage package for experienced journeymen is starting at $87 an hour. So make a smart move and transform your future today. Go to smart18.work to find out more.
Sports are changing. Faster, stronger, smarter. So should your beer. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, crisp and refreshing, no extra baggage, built for people who go hard. Still drinking the same old light beer? You're stuck. Flight is changing the game. Level up. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. Wisconsin, are you keeping up? DJ Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
This is Brian Balaga. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN.
94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. More Sunday Karma coming up on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN Wisconsin app, ESPN Milwaukee, ESPN Madison on YouTube. Thanks for hanging out with us this Sunday morning about 10 past 11 o'clock on this Sunday morning. Alex Strouf, Kyle Wallace with you, talking about the disappointment of the Los Angeles Dodgers landing Tarik Skubal. He will not be a Milwaukee Brewer. I want to get some of your thoughts because obviously you've heard mine over the course of the hour 10. You've heard Kyle's. We're disappointed. Kyle's more optimistic than I am. And look, I want to make this part clear before we get to some of your calls. I do believe the Brewers are a really good team as it stands, right? Like I believe they are a better team than they were a year ago. The team that got swept in the NLCS, but they got to the NLCS last year. I think they are better than they were a year ago. When they need a big hit, still scares me. Although I have faith in, say, Chourio and Turang and Bowers. But and Contreras. But I still don't know if they have the big bat that maybe you need. And then the other thing that worries me is how good is your starting rotation? Kyle Harrison coming back is exciting, but what is he? I really don't know who Kyle Harrison is, to be honest with you. He had a really good start to the season. June was rough for him, and then obviously he was hurt down at the beginning of July. And I know he just had an awesome rehab start last night, but how good is he? Can Logan Henderson keep up the pace he's been pitching at? He's been an awesome story. Shane Drowan's been a really nice story, but how good is this rotation? Would have gotten a nice bolster with Tarik Skubal. And maybe they'll get a Freddie Peralta. Maybe they'll bring him back, but how good is he this year? I don't know. So I think this is a really good team. I don't think they're Dodgers good, obviously, but I think they're good. I think they're the second best team in the National League, and they've proven that this season. But I just feel like Skubal to the Dodgers is a level of unfair almost. And I know it's real life, right? Like I can't sit here and say, oh, it's so unfair. I'm not doing that, but it does feel a little bit unfair that the team that has won back-to-back World Series and just outbids everybody for everything is the team that lands Skubal. I understand why the Tigers did it, but still, I don't know. Would have liked to see the Brewers do it. I'm glad they didn't give up Logan Henderson. That's one guy. The deadline's not till tomorrow, so they still could be active. That is one guy I would like to see the Brewers hang on to is Logan Henderson. And I know that's who the Tigers wanted. It's reported by Adam McCalvey, as Kyle referred to a little bit earlier. That's who they wanted. So I get it. Skubal would have been nice, though. All right, let's get to some of your thoughts. Terrell works in behavioral health.
That does not say Terrell.
Trell?
Yeah, you just read it and you decided to make it something
I think
else.
I added an E in there.
You sure did. It definitely says Trell.
I'm sorry, Trell. Go ahead, man. What do you got on the Brewers?
That's fine. Okay. I'm kind of optimistic like Kyle still, but if we get to Monday and the trading deadline and they do nothing else, I will be Debbie Downer.
Sure.
Absolutely about it. But this is what I think the Brewers, doesn't have to be the specific players that I say, but I think these are the moves they should look at. Now, I think they should go do a big move. Now, they're just talking about this guy has been available, but the team is still in the playoff race. I don't know how much that is, and that's Jordan or Alvarez. You have them under control for two more seasons after this.
That's going to take a
I would give
ransom.
up. Yeah, but I would give a collection of that's something I would be inclined to give a collection of prospects. I'm not trading Madej, but if I can get Pena, maybe a couple pitchers. And maybe Blake Baker, the first baseman prospect who's so highly recruited, what's his name? If I can do something like that and bring him back, that's what I would do. And then I think they should look at a guy who's he's a rental too. Robbie Ray from the San Francisco 49ers has a very low 3 ERA.
The Giants, not the 49ers. I know we're in football mode, but not the 49ers, the Giants.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. I'm sorry if I said that.
No, you're okay.
But yeah, I would do some moves like that.
Okay.
And I did want Skubal. Don't get me wrong, but I did not want them to mortgage their future for a guy for 2 months. I didn't.
I get it.
I wasn't on board with that.
Trell, I get it, man.
That's where I'm at with that.
I think you're spot on. I think Trell is actually the most level-headed we've heard from today. Kyle's probably a little bit too high. I'm probably a little bit too low. Trell's a good medium between us.
If we got Alvarez from the Houston Astros, that would be ridiculous.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, that would be absolutely ridiculous.
He's not available, I don't think.
I don't think he's available.
I don't think
he is. Now, that is somebody I'm willing to trade. I don't want to get rid of Andrew Fisher, and he talked about Blake Burke as well. I'm willing to trade everybody but Jesus Mate for.
Yeah, but it's not even a realistic. But I don't think he's available. I don't think they're.
They have another guy. I can't remember his name.
Now, but on that note, you and I talked about this at length on Friday on Kyle and Brust. Ben was out. I filled in. Brewers fans, and maybe it seems like we're coming around a little bit after the Skubal trade last night, but Brewers fans a little bit want their cake and eat it too. They don't want to give up the farm, or they don't want to give up any top 10 prospects, but they also want a big splash. And in order to get a big splash, you're going to need to give up some picks. So you got to be on one side or the other. Let's go to Scott, who works in medical, who's got some thoughts on the Brewers. Go ahead, Scott. Welcome into Sunday Karma.
Hey, guys, thanks for taking my call. I'm with the other caller, man. I'm not upset by this at all. I did not want the Brewers to mortgage their future for a 2-month rental. I just don't think that's right. And then for him to turn around and probably sign with the Dodgers in the offseason anyway, if there is a season.
Yeah.
So right. I'm fine with it. I think they need a bat, to be honest with you. They need another starting pitcher. I'm with you. You mentioned the starting pitching looks a little shaky outside of Miz.
I just don't know who anybody is, Scott. I know who Mizorowski is, right? He's the Cy Young Award winner. He's the best pitcher in baseball. We know who Miz is. But after that, I just don't know who anybody is in their starting rotation. I like a lot of them, right? I like Kyle Harrison. I like Logan Henderson. I like Shane Drowan. I just don't know, A, how reliable and consistent they are, and B, I don't know how good any of them are. They've shown us some really good moments. All of them have, all the names I just listed. I just don't know who any of those guys are, and that's my bugaboo, if you will, with the starting rotation. But continue.
And I'm with you, too, on that. I mean, you're right, absolutely right. But earlier you said that you felt better about this year's team than last year's team. I don't know how that is when the starting pitch is worse this year than it was last year. I mean,
well, what did you have last year that you don't have this year? Out of curiosity, because obviously Quinn Priester's the big one, right?
Quinn was good. He was really good.
Quinn Priester won 1 million games in a row. Freddie, of course, right? But Freddie was your ace. Mizorowski wasn't. We had a legitimate conversation about whether or not Mizorowski should even be on the postseason roster. He's kind of replaced Freddie, right? So I view that as a one-on-one.
But Mizorowski also contributed during that postseason as well.
He ended up contributing.
So you had Freddie.
But again, going in, you didn't expect that. Going in, we weren't sure that Mizorowski would see any innings at all. Right, because
that was y'all.
No, it was not y'all.
Don't put me in there.
We had a legitimate debate.
Y'all
all of
had
us
the
did.
debate. I told you.
No. The Brewers had a debate. He was like the last guy on the postseason roster.
You don't know if the Brewers made that the last guy. The Brewers were never going to leave him off the roster.
Why was he coming out of the bullpen then?
Because he wasn't good enough, but they weren't going to not have. They weren't not going to have him on the roster. That was ridiculous not to have him on the roster.
I tend to agree now, obviously in hindsight, but it was a legitimate. Scott will back me up on this. Scott's smart enough to know what I'm talking about here. We had a legitimate discussion as Brewers fans. I'm saying. Not us on the show. I'm saying us as Brewers fans had a little bit internal debate of whether or not Mizorowski should be on the postseason roster. Scott, you remember this, right? It was a question of whether or not he should be on the roster. So I view Freddie and Miz kind of as your one-on-one trade-off, right? Those are your aces, and Miz is better than Freddie was a year ago. He's going to win the Cy Young.
So who replaces Freddie? Who replaces Quinn Priester, though, this year?
I think that's Logan Henderson. I think that's because he's won, or the Brewers, rather, have won, 8 games in a row or 7 games in a row where he started, and that's kind of what you had with Quinn Priester, just really rock-solid, reliable. Woodruff was hurt. Same thing this year. I don't know, Scott. Why do you feel worse about the rotation this year than you did last?
Because Priester was pretty damn solid all season long, and
totally.
then in the off season he disappeared. It's like I think he got rocked in the one start that he had. I can't even remember who that was, and then I don't even remember him pitching against the Dodgers. I could be wrong about that. But outside of that, I mean, it just seems weaker because you never know what you're going to get from Gosser. Drohan is kind of hit or miss. I just think it's just a bunch of unknowns where last year we kind of had a solid rotation with Freddie. I think you should have put Miz in there, to be honest with you. And then you had Priester and then kind of roll the dice after that. But the problem in the NLCS last year was not the pitching.
Right.
Those dudes couldn't hit water if they fell out of the boat last year. And that's why I'm like, we need to get a bat because those guys stunk the hell out of us at the plate last year. It was nothing to do with pitching. It was historically bad hitting.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
It was bad. Yeah,
on another level.
You're totally right. It was terrible. And that I'll give you that. That's where you can be concerned because I feel better about the bats this year than I did last, but it's only marginally better. Right? Like Jake Bauers has been a great surprise. Churrio's got to turn it on. Yelich has been terrible, but he was terrible in the postseason last year. So hopefully he can get it together. I like that Murphy has, taken a look at the lineup and went, I don't think Christian Yelich can be our leadoff guy anymore. That's a good adjustment by Murphy that I'm glad to see has happened. But you feel good about Turang. You feel good about Churio. You feel great about Bowers. You should feel okay about Contreras any day, right? Like, I feel a little bit better about their bats this year than I did last.
Remind me about Churio. I think he blew his hamstring last year. Did he play against the Dodgers last year? I don't remember. I'm old.
I think he did. Yeah, I think he did. I don't think he didn't get hurt until he got hurt in the World Baseball Classic, which is why he missed the beginning of the season. But
I think he got hurt
in the Dodgers series.
I think he did tweak his hamstring because I think there was like a deep.
Scott, maybe I'm getting old too, brother. Maybe I'm getting old too. My memory isn't the best on exactly what happened with him.
The Cubs.
Yeah, I think it was against the Cubs, and he was running to first base, right?
Oh, that's right. That's right. Did he play in that? I think he played in that Dodgers series still.
Did.
But you're right. I think he was a little hung up. Right.
He couldn't have been very effective, though. I mean, he probably was favoring that and didn't want to.
Yeah, anyway. Scott, always good to hear from you, brother. Thanks for the call.
Yeah, brother. Thanks. Bye.
The great Scott in Fort Worth, who he's a staple of Wisconsin College Game Day, the post-game show. You will hear from Scott every week. He's your first caller every week on Wisconsin College Game Day post-game show. He's the best.
That good accent he had.
He lives in Fort Worth, Texas. He's the one, Kyle, this was maybe my favorite call in the history of my sports radio career. It was the week before Christmas when the Packers blew the lead to the Bears in Chicago. It was the regular season game they did that in, not the postseason game. It sucks that there's two examples of that, but you know what I mean. So it was the regular season game. He called in and said, Strouf, this ruined Christmas. And it was like December 20th. I said, Scott, you have kids. You can't let this ruin Christmas, man. Anyway. So
that game sucked.
That game did suck. A lot of them did. You know what? I need to talk happiness. So let's actually we're going to do a segment of Packers optimism coming up next.
Oh, I love that.
Let's do Why are you optimistic about the Packers in 2026? 800-990-3776. Give us a ring. Shoot us a text. I want to know why you're feeling optimistic about the Packers. That's what we're going to do. Kyle, you better have an answer prepared. You ready to do that?
Yeah. I'm extremely optimistic about the Packers. I don't know anybody wouldn't be.
And then we're going to go back to the Brewers and be negative for the remainder of the show. But up next, that's all I want to do is just happiness, optimism. Why are you optimistic about the Green Bay Packers in 2026? That's what we'll talk about coming up next. Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN Wisconsin app.
This is Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
Yeah, coaching matters a lot, and we've fallen short. Those are the facts. Matt LaFleur's on the clock, man. And I know he got an extension, but I'll say this. If they revert and don't get better, you're evaluated on your results.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Everybody knows, it's championship or bust. That is what Green Bay is. And unfortunately, we've had 15 years of bust.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
You already know that Kessler's is the world's largest employee-owned group of jewelry stores.
We were recently told that Kessler's is the fastest growing group of jewelry stores in America.
Well, it just goes to show you.
Show you what?
That people like to feel good.
What do you mean?
Rick, you know how many people will drop by and look in the showcases and have some coffee and chat with their sales associates?
Yes.
That doesn't happen at other stores.
Really?
People come to Kessler's because it brightens their day.
It makes them feel good.
It certainly makes me feel good.
Tell me why.
Well, everyone's always in a good mood. And everything is clean and sparkling and romantic and happy.
It feels like sunshine and rainbows, doesn't it?
Sarah, that's exactly what it feels like.
When you're having a great day, come to Kessler's.
Have some coffee and let us clean your jewelry.
Our jewelry cleaning equipment is completely different than what you have at home.
And we're delighted to do it for free, of course.
Welcome to Kessler's.
To find the Kessler's nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
It's WTMJ's Debbie Loziga. Every morning, I talk about traffic backups and slowdowns around Milwaukee. At Sewer Ninjas, they help homeowners avoid a different kind of backup, a sewer backup. Sewer Ninjas is a Wisconsin family-owned company specializing in sewer camera inspections, drain cleaning, and trenchless repairs that can often be completed without tearing up your yard. Their goal is simple: find problems early and help homeowners avoid costly surprises. Learn more at sewerninjas.com. That's sewerninjas.com.
This summer, escape to Lakelon Resort, where lake life meets resort luxury. Nestled along the shores of beautiful Delavan Lake, Lakelon is the perfect destination for a weekend getaway, family vacation, or even a few days to simply unplug and recharge. Enjoy boating and water sports, lakeside golf at Majestic Oaks, relaxing spa treatments, exceptional dining, and breathtaking sunsets along 2 miles of shoreline. Whether you're looking for adventure on the water or a quiet lakeside retreat, the perfect Wisconsin summer is waiting at Lakelon Resort. Visit lakelonresort.com to book your stay today.
ESPN Wisconsin's Game Nights will here for Events by Design. You want people to actually show up for your community event, charity gala, or nonprofit fundraiser while making a memorable impression on them. Events by Design turns those moments into meaningful experiences that engage your audience and bring your mission to life. They manage everything: designing, planning, production. No stress, no loose ends. Just an experience your guests remember, exponentially benefiting your cause. Get started today. Just search online. Events by Design. They design, you party.
This is Aaron Brown, owner of Siding Unlimited with my brother and business partner, Eric Brown. Siding Unlimited is Milwaukee's choice for siding, windows, roofing, and doors.
Siding Unlimited delivers on expectations because our experience, integrity, and craftsmanship come through on every project.
For new siding, windows, roofing, and doors, call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Jen Latta. I've spent my career around athletes, coaches, and people looking for an edge. That's why I was so impressed when I visited Revival in Brookfield. From kickboxing-inspired fitness, Kaiser cutting-edge performance training, yoga, bar, Pilates, and a suite of recovery experiences that include red light therapy, infrared sauna, cold plunge, and contrast therapy, Revival is redefining fitness and wellness all under one roof. Limited Tier 1 memberships are now available while they last. Schedule a tour today at revivalbrookfield.com.
Hey, this is Tanas Antetokounmpo. Download the new ESPN Wisconsin app.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The brand new ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. You're listening to Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Yeah, Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN Wisconsin app. Thanks for hanging out with us this morning. Alex Strouf, Kyle Wallace with you. ESPN Milwaukee, ESPN Madison, ESPN Bootham. DJ Kyle Wallace back there. You're jamming to this, huh? A little violin hip-hop?
Yeah, you like it.
I do like it.
I create vibes, baby. Vibes. You wanted positivity, right?
I do want positivity. This is the Packers Optimism segment. Tell me why you're feeling optimistic or happy or excited about the Green Bay Packers in 2026. Kyle, I'm going to start with you on this. Go ahead. Floor is yours.
Yeah, the reason why I'm so optimistic about the Green Bay Packers is simply because the Packers are getting healthy. And one thing that was talked about, Rob Domofsky reported it from the conversations with Matt LaFleur, is the fact that the Green Bay Packers, they wanted to make sure that they understood who they're throwing the ball to. Like, they wanted to simplify things, and I think simplifying things, having less mouths to feed, having less people saying, hey, I want the ball, I want the ball, I want the ball, it lets everybody know that it is Tucker Kraft, Jaden Reed, Matthew Golden, Christian Watson. Everybody else, you'll get yours when you get yours. Somebody may go down, then you'll be able to rise up, and that's when you'll have your opportunity. But they're simplifying things for Jordan Love, and he knows those are the 4 guys I'm looking for every time I drop back.
Totally.
Every time I'm drop back. Yeah. And so that makes me extremely excited. I think they'll rise to the occasion. But then on top of that, I'm very bullish on this defense. I think this defense, though we don't have Jeff Hafley anymore, I think we actually got a better defensive coordinator than Jonathan Gannon. I think Jonathan Gannon is going to unleash all these guys where Edrin Cooper's going to have a big year, Javon Buller's going to have a big year, Evan Williams is going to
You're really high on Javon Buller.
I'm high on Buller, Edrin Cooper, and Evan Williams. I'm telling you that.
Yeah, those other two make sense.
The class of 2024 is going. They're going to be dogs this year. Dogs.
Cooper and Williams I think they've had their breakouts, right?
Javon played really well last year.
I agree. I'm not dissing him by any means. Just hang with me for a second. It seemed like Cooper definitely had his breakout more so his rookie season than his second year, right? He won 2 Defensive Player of the Weeks. In limited snaps, limited opportunity. Last year was a little bit back down to earth, but he was still solid. He wasn't bad.
The way he had to play last year, I think, was something. That's why Zaire Franklin.
He didn't show flashes of superstardom as much as he did his rookie year.
He wasn't asked to rush the passer last year. Remember, 2 years ago, he was playing in the backfield. right? He was for TFLs, getting after the quarterback. He wasn't asked to do that as much last season. I think this year, especially with Michael Parsons being out, they're going to unleash that, and you have Zaire Franklin, who knows how to be an inside linebacker, right? He knows how to read. He knows how to get guys set up. That is going to pay dividends for unleashing Edgerrin Cooper. So I really think that class of 2024 with those three guys are going to be a big thumpers. And if you get Jordan Morgan, if he happens to be good, then that changes everything.
I tend to agree. Yeah. You should feel great about this offense. If the offensive line is at least middle of the pack, they're going to be one of the best offenses in football. You should feel great about the weaponry around Jordan Love. You should feel great about Jordan Love. If the offensive line is at least average, this could be a top 5, top 3 offensive football. I sincerely believe that. And to your point on the defense, I feel really good about every name you just mentioned. I feel good about Javon Bullard as well. I've noticed you especially, of all people, are
switched
really
his
high
number.
on him.
He switched his number to 7 single digits. That mean he
Quay Walker out, Javon Bullard in, baby.
He feeling himself. He said, "Yeah, give me that. Give me that.
Give me that single digit." Love it. Let's go to Cheesehead Bucky, who is a go-getter. You always ask people their name and their occupation.
That's what we do on Sunday Karma.
You got a nickname and go-getter. She said Bucky was a go-getter.
Hey.
I love that.
Hustler.
She said Bucky, you're on Sunday Karma. Why are you feeling good about the Packers? Go ahead, buddy.
Well, it's really one thing, and his name is Jordan Love. I think that from what the reports are saying, that Matt's going to let Jordan cook. I think he's going to be in there cooking. He's got a newfound, passion as being a father, and I just really think that
got that dad strength. She said Bucky's citing dad strength. I love that.
We got dad strength, and we got just somebody that really was coming into his own. I
Correct.
think.
Yeah. Look,
with players down.
I mean, we've talked about it all offseason, right? She said Bucky, like nationally, I don't think people realize just how good he was last year. I think people know he's good.
No, they don't.
I don't think people realize just how good he was last year. Last year was the most consistent year of his career. He cut down on the turnovers. His decisiveness is better than it's ever been. Right? Like that was something I think in 2020. What was the first year he started? 23, or 24 rather? No, 23 it was, right?
23.
Yeah, I'm losing track of the years over here. Yeah, this will be his 4th season, so 23. I don't know that. I think we all looked at him and we go, man, he could be more decisive. Right? Like it seems like he's waiting too long or he's overthinking things. He needs to be more decisive. And it seemed like 24 and 25, he got much better at that. Decisiveness. He's always cool, calm, and collected. The moment never affects him. That was never an issue with him. But in 25, you could tell the decisiveness, the decision making, it was all better than it's ever been. And I don't think people nationally realize just how good he was.
And I think part of that, Strouf, is I think you said this maybe last week or so.
Sure.
But the problem is, too, well, it's not a problem, right? But his touchdown numbers don't look as spectacular as some, and that's because we just give the ball to Josh Jacobs when we get within 10 yards.
Correct.
So if you take that away and you have him throwing touchdowns within the 10, I mean, his numbers are going to skyrocket.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm not saying we should get away from that, but I think the national media, especially the clip world we live in, if you're not sitting down and watching whole games of Jordan Love, there's not going to be a lot of clips coming from Love.
Yeah,
so that narrative's still going to stick around that he's somebody that throws a lot of turnovers when that's just not true.
You're absolutely right. Like, he'll have his Sports Center top 10 moments because every year it seems like he makes, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 throws where it's just like, holy crap, did he do that? The one that always sticks out to me, this is a side note, but I'll get back to what she said, Bucky. The throw that sticks out to me most from Jordan Love's career is the throw into triple coverage at the Rams to Jaden Reed. That would have been 2024, I believe.
Yeah.
About to thread the needle to Tucker Kraft in the end zone.
Oh, that one too. Yeah, he's got some throws, man. He can make the throw. He's a good player. He can make all the throws. So you're absolutely right, Chisa Bucky, and always good to hear from you. Appreciate the call.
Absolutely, guys.
He referenced. He's like, yeah, you said that earlier this week. Yeah, they're done running the ball with Josh Jacobs on 1st and 10 every time, or 2nd and 8. Right? That's not going to be Josh Jacobs' territory anymore. I think LaFleur has made that pretty clear on multiple accounts this offseason. This is the year where the Packers offense becomes Jordan Love's offense. And while some of us may view that as overdue, hand up, that's me, this is the right time to do it. Because when you make the decision as Ed Policy to extend LaFleur and Gutekunst, and then as Gutekunst and LaFleur and Russ Ball make the decisions to extend like every player that needed to be extended this offseason.
This was an incredible offseason when it came to that.
Well, clearly everybody in 1265 from top down views this as a Super Bowl good enough to be a Super Bowl team. Everybody from top down, whether that's Ed Policy making the decision on the decision makers and the decision makers making decisions on the players, everybody from top down thinks we're good enough.
But but the thing is that this is what I try to get through people's minds, and I think a lot of folks see it from this perspective as well, and they share this sentiment with me, is that, yes, the end of last season was a complete embarrassment. It was a debacle, and it is shocking that the season ended the way it did. So either you can focus on the worst of last year or you can focus on the best of last year. And I believe Ed Policy focused on the best of last year, and he understood that this team, when healthy, was one of the best teams in the NFL. And this team, the thing about health, you can at some point you can get to the deep part. You can get to the healthy part. And the Packers are going to have Christian Watson, hopefully he can stay healthy during training camp, healthy to start the year. Jaden Reed, Tucker Kraft, Zach Tom, Devontae Wyatt. All these guys missed time last year. Now, Michael Parsons won't be healthy to start the season, but he will be back. But you have an entire offseason to plan and scheme for Michael Parsons not being there for the first 4 to 6 weeks. And so if you actually take your emotion out of it, and you look at the season as a whole, the team was 9-3-1 going into Denver, and they were up on the Broncos. So what that tells me is this team is going to be a year more experienced. This team's going to be more healthy when they start the season. It shows me that they have all the ingredients that you need to be a successful championship caliber team in the NFL. Why rock the boat and fire somebody when you can point to the exact reason of the downfall of the Packers last year? Is it excusable? No. But is it a reasoning why? Absolutely. And I think that's why Ed Policy said, you know what, let's keep the band together because this band might be a close step away from superstardom.
You're very sensible today. I agree with everything you just said.
I'm always sensible. The problem you have is that whenever you get around me, especially when you're the producer of Kyle and Bruss, it's, let's try to poke holes and let's try to find a reason not to agree with Kyle, even though Kyle is right 70% of the time.
Oh, you're only giving yourself 70?
I mean, I was going to do 75. I'm not 100% right, but 70% of the time.
I thought you were going to be – I thought if you had to self-appoint the percentage of how often you're right, I figured you would have gone like 95.
No, I'm a realist. See, that's the problem is that you try to –
What's the problem? I didn't do anything
wrong.
You
try to paint me as like I think I'm right all the time. I'm right. I'm right majority of the time.
Well, I'm right 100% of the time, but I don't hear you complaining about that.
Here we go. The ego.
Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN Wisconsin app, ESPN Milwaukee, ESPN Madison on YouTube. I'm Alex Strouf. That's Kyle Wallace hanging out with you for about 25 or so minutes. I see a bunch of texts about Skubal to the Dodgers. So I want to get into some of those. We'll get into our Palemos picks. That is all still ahead here on Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
This is Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
If you're a golfer, a hunter, or someone who has a lot of gear, you know how quickly a garage can run out of space. Hey, it's Jen Latta from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, and I'm here to tell you that Closets by Design creates custom garage solutions designed around your lifestyle. From cabinets and storage systems to garage flooring, they create a place for everything. I love what they did with my closet. Now I understand why so many homeowners trust them with their garages too. Right now, you can get 40% off and ask about their special financing options. Schedule your free in-home design consultation today at closetsbydesign.com and tell them Jen sent you.
ESPN Milwaukee fans, it's Gabe Neitzel here, and I want to introduce you to Jens Family Chiropractic. If you're dealing with back pain, neck pain, headaches, or sciatica, Jens Family Chiropractic focuses on finding the cause of the problem, not just helping you manage the symptoms. For nearly 10 years, they've helped Milwaukee area patients find real answers through personalized care and advanced treatment options. Learn more and check out their new patient special at jensfamilychiropractic.com. That's jensfamilychiropractic.com.
Hi, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Most contractors cut corners and disappear when there's a problem. Not us. Since 1997, we've completed over 60,000 projects, earned thousands of five-star reviews, and were named 2025 Roofing Magazine Contractor of the Year. We set the standard for exterior remodeling. Trusted by homeowners, proven every single day. We're excited to show you why choosing Infinity means peace of mind. Visit infinityexteriors.com to see why your neighbors trust Infinity.
Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee is setting the stage to rock your socks off. This August, jam out with real rock off. You could win raging prizes to the tune of $300,000. Get in on the jam session by playing with your Potawatomi rewards card for entries. Thursday nights will be a game show battleground for your share of cash and reward play. Real rock off. It's gonna be epic. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
What life events have you experienced over the past couple of years? Well, maybe one is coming up. The sale of a company, death, divorce, a health crisis, or helping to pay for college or a wedding. Well, Annex Wealth Management has assisted clients with life events, but planning for them can make all the difference. Knowing what you own, why you own it, and how much you're paying for it is a big part of smart financial planning. Annex has an entire in-house team that works together so you can make informed decisions when life events come up. Click Get Started at annexwealth.com.
Summer and baseball go hand in hand, and as a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers, Carbless is helping fans swing into full flavor all season long. Whether you're at the ballpark, tailgating with friends, or catching the game from home, Carbless delivers bold flavor in a convenient canned cocktail that's ready wherever summer takes you. 0 carbs, 0 sugar, 100 calories, gluten-free and full of flavor. Carbless. Find your bliss near you at drinkcarbless.com.
One of the most important concepts in sports is don't drop the ball. Are you dropping the ball with your estate plan? When was it last updated? Have you even done one at all? It's ESPN Wisconsin's Jason Wilde for Walney Legal Group. There's a lot at stake for you and your family when it comes to wills, trusts, probate, and elder planning. At Walney Legal, that's all they do. Tailored documents. No confusing legal jargon. Just thoughtful guidance. Do the blocking and tackling to protect your family. Start a conversation today at walneylegal.com.
It all started with a small storefront and a big promise. Treat every customer just like family. For decades, local families have trusted Sendix to provide the freshest food, the warmest smiles, and a place where community comes first. From generation to generation, we have grown together. Because Sendix is more than just a grocery store. It's home. Thank you for allowing us to serve you for the past 100 years. Here's to the next 100 years. Sendix, your trusted local grocer.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just for you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. This is Sunday Karma on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Yeah, it is Sunday Karma. ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN Wisconsin app, ESPN Milwaukee, ESPN Madison on YouTube. Alex Strouf, Kyle Wallace with you. 800-990-3776 is the Carbless Talk and Text line.
So for those on YouTube, Alex Strouf now has his hat backwards. What is this about? Are you up now? Are you not being sad anymore? What is that about? You had it forward and now it's backwards.
I just flipped it around.
And you took your glasses off. I'm just your wardrobe changed in the middle of the show here on ESPN Milwaukee and ESPN Madison on YouTube.
My glasses are awfully blurry today, so that's
why are your glasses blurry? Aren't they supposed to help you see?
No, so actually these are UV glasses. I have my contacts in today.
So why are they blurry?
I don't know. I must have gotten something on them. All right, they're good now. I just cleaned them off.
UV glasses, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I look at screens all day.
Do we know if those are actually, are they effective? Like, do we actually have
they change things, yeah.
Do we have the research on them yet?
I would imagine we do, yes.
I mean, how long of research do we have? It can't be that long.
I don't know. But I stare at screens all day, so occasionally if my eyes are hurting, which when I put my contacts in, my eyes were hurting a little bit today, so I threw them on. Okay. In case. Extra protection, you know?
Okay, no, I ain't mad at it.
Use protection, kids. All right?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when you're on that sun.
Oh, yeah, I'm bad at that.
You haven't tanned at all this summer.
No, I was really burnt like a week ago, but it's just.
So do you not get a olive skin?
No, I burn and then maybe I'm tan for a little bit and then it goes away.
Oh, that's the worst.
Yeah,
it means the sun attacks your skin.
Kyle, I'm very white. Damn. I don't know if you knew that about me.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Remember, I fell asleep at Bradford Beach in Milwaukee a couple of years ago.
What did you have? Something on your chest? What did you have?
It was just peeling like crazy. But yeah, I took a nap and my chest turned as red as the ESPN logo next to me.
Poor guy.
Yeah, good times.
Oh, well. Right.
I want to take a look at some of your texts before we get to Player Most Picks coming up next. 800-990-3776. Eric chimes in and says, I'm kind of numb to this at this point. The Brewers are more than a Skubal away from competing with the Dodgers. Yeah, I think that's probably true. But I think
why are you
dismissive
of it? That's probably true. That's factual.
More than a Skubal away?
Yeah, they needed
but
more than...
Had the Brewers acquired Skubal, I think we'd all be sitting here going, they're really close.
Yeah.
And they're much closer than they were yesterday, right?
Wow.
So,
really close. I want to get over the hill.
Well, they got to play the games for a reason, and it's no guarantee no matter how much you add. Dude, you could add Skubal, Skeens, Peralta, at the deadline, and you still got to play the games, right? So... I agree that they're probably
Skubal Schemes for us is winning a World Series, just so you know.
No, I'm being dramatic, of course, but I think if they added Skubal, had the Brewers hypothetically in an alternate universe, had they added to Tarik Skubal, I think I'm probably talking myself into that NLCS is going 7, right? If you've got Miz and Skubal, I think you guarantee yourself at least 3 wins.
It's just not. That's what gets me. Is that, do you all think that they're not going to allow any runs?
Miz, no, I mean, maybe 1 or 2, but I feel like you
that's all I need to know.
But you could rely on the Brewers' offense to get you at least 3.
Oh, really?
Against anybody. Yeah.
Can you? Did you see the NLCS last year?
I am familiar, yes.
Did the Brewers, could you rely on the Brewers to get you at least 3?
Their offense is better this year than it was last year.
Is it significantly better? It's more consistent, but it's significantly better.
I don't know that it's significantly better, but it's better. It's better, though.
And the pitchers from the Dodgers, now I know they have injuries like they did last year, so it might look a little bit different.
Correct.
But now, also, you're talking about still having great pitching on the other side.
And that's actually what Chef Ed points out. He says, in the words of Aaron Rodgers, RELAX, Ohtani is not going to be 100%. We've beaten Ohtani before. As long as we play Brewer ball, we will be fine. Plus, the Phillies, Braves, or Cubs may get rid of the Dodgers for us before the NLCS. That's Chef Ed on the text line. I hope you're right. I mean, if it was Brewers, Braves in the NLCS, I'm feeling a lot differently than maybe Brewers, Dodgers. But I feel like yesterday kind of cemented the inevitable, which is the Dodgers are going to win the World Series again, and we are headed towards a lockout in 2027.
They're not.
That's what I think. That's what I think. Yesterday kind of cemented.
They're not a lock to win the World Series, Strouf. They just their chances.
Well, what do you mean they're not a lock?
They're not a lock to win the World Series.
Well, nobody's a lock to do anything.
Toronto, they were a buzzsaw, and then they ran into Toronto last year, and that went.
They still won.
Yeah, but it was
in extra innings. You're right. In extra innings in Game 7.
I mean, they were an out call away from losing, weren't they?
Yes. Now, okay, here we go. Over at Potawatomi Sportsbook, our friends over at Potawatomi, bet above the rest at Potawatomi Sportsbook. LA Dodgers are plus 155 to win the World Series. If you don't sports bet, maybe you don't realize how ridiculous that is on August 2nd. But that means you have to bet $100 to win 155. You get very small return on the Dodgers winning it all. Second best is plus 550 in the New York Yankees. So if you bet $100 on the Yankees to win the World Series, and they did, you would win $550 in return. If you bet the same amount of money on the Dodgers, you'd only win $155. They are huge favorites to win the World Series. And they were that's a significant bump from yesterday. I think they might have been 210 yesterday. The Tarik Skubal news made their odds even smaller or larger, I guess, to win the World Series. It's insane. Plus 155 to win the World Series on August 2nd. Like, for an example, let's go to the NFL real quick. Let me go look at football and tell you the Super Bowl odds and who the favorite is. I imagine it's the Rams, but okay. Dodgers plus 155. Got that? Note that. To win the World Series, the Rams are indeed the favorite. Oh, now it's not loading for me. Plus 550. They are the number one most likely team to win the Super Bowl. Plus 550. Again, the Dodgers, the favorite to win the World Series, 155. That's crazy.
I mean, yeah, you got to go based off their lineup. But again, games aren't won at casinos. Games aren't won on paper. Games are won on the field. And the Brewers right now are going to be massive underdogs, and we'll see what will happen.
Yeah.
But it's kind of, what's so disappointing is that the team in the locker room seemed like they were really anxious and looking forward to maybe getting something at it.
Yeah.
Like even Pat Murphy talked about, let's not be too cautious.
Yeah. But here we are. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we will see what happens. But again, the future's bright.
I feel really good about the team. Yeah. Again, I don't want this, and I've been very negative today because I believe baseball is ruined as we know it.
Well, based off our YouTube channel, a lot of people
I believe we are heading towards a lockout next season. My hope is, you all right back there? My hope is
opened up social media, and there's a different video playing. Like, well, that's not what I'm looking for.
My hope is obviously the Brewers win the World Series, of course. The Skubal news hurts, though, because the rich get richer, as Jason Wilde put it about an hour ago when he was with us. And it's just disappointing. It's a bad day for baseball. Like, I am a fan of sports, right? And we all know that. I'm here for a reason. I am a fan of sports. I enjoy sports. But sports lose their luster when you have a super team. It was the worst era of the NBA, other than, like, obviously the Warriors versus LeBron was kind of a fun thing for a couple of years. But the super team era sucked in the NBA for the most part. And we are now in the super team era of the MLB, and we've had the same champion back-to-back years, and it's going to be your champion again this year. They're just built different. Even if they're injured, they're still a super team.
Slow down there, cowgirl.
First off, don't call me cowgirl.
Cowboy.
There you go. Second off.
What are you going to do?
Second off, what do you mean slow down?
You're already
the
saying
Dodgers are going to win the World Series.
You're saying this. No, but there's no. That's not how sports works. It's
Kyle,
not.
That's why baseball is ruined, because that is how it works.
You would have thought
the Dodgers are going to win the World Series.
You would have thought Oklahoma City was going to go back-to-back.
You didn't think.
I did at one
point. I didn't think the Knicks would win. I thought the Spurs could give them a good run, and they did. Obviously,
but again, so that's what I'm saying. Nothing's written in stone until it's over.
But that's not an equal.
You didn't
comparison.
say at the start of the playoffs. You didn't say.
Kyle,
wait a minute. At the start of the NFL playoffs,
comparison.
you did not say the Seattle Seahawks were winning a Super Bowl.
Right, but again, it's not an equal comparison. We're not talking about the same thing here.
I understand what you're
saying.
saying.
The Dodgers are on a complete. We just ran through the betting odds. It's a completely different level, man.
Again, I understand they're the favorite, but don't tell people that the season is over.
It's a lock.
That's not.
It's a lock. The Dodgers are going to win the World Series. It's a lock. Write it in stone. Write it in Sharpie.
Go to break. You're dramatic.
Etch it on the World Series trophy already. 2026 Los Angeles Dodgers. That's where we're at. And that's why we will have a lockout next year. They're going to win 3 straight, and they just have every best player, because that's just how baseball is. And it's crap, and it sucks, and it's disappointing that today we are reacting to the news that Tarik Skubal is a Los Angeles Dodgers. We'll make some player-most picks and wrap up the show coming up right after this. Sunday Karma, ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN Wisconsin app.
More Sunday Karma coming up on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. The Homer Hour with special guests every day from 5 to 6.
That's why I said the toughest part to me for the Packers is that the division is, I think, better than it's been.
The best 60 minutes of your day happens on the Homer Hour.
So the issue is, and I'm working on the T-shirt right now, this season is very simple.
This guy.
Got to win the damn division.
Weekday afternoons from 5 to 6 on 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
You never know when someone you care about might need a place like Curative Care. For more than a century, Curative Care has been helping children, adults, and families across southeast Wisconsin navigate developmental disabilities and find the support they need to thrive. They help families every step of the way, from early childhood through adulthood. They connect parents with resources, provide guidance through challenging times, and create a community where people truly belong. If you know someone who may be looking for answers and support for a loved one with developmental disabilities, visit curative.org. That's curative.org. Do it today.
Turn those hoop dreams into reality with Precision Sports, your one-stop shop in southeastern Wisconsin for Mega Slam, Ironclad, and Dominator basketball hoop systems, installation of new or old hoops, and completely customizable painted court lines. PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
Brian Butch here. From high school All-American to Division I and the pros, I've learned confidence starts with what you wear. Right now through August 2nd, get 50% off all Iron Jock large logo hoodies and tees with code BUTCH50. Iron Jock gear features moisture-wicking fabric, 4-way stretch, anti-static performance, and silver ion technology that helps fight odor-causing bacteria. Built for performance, built to last, built in Wisconsin. Shop now at ironjock.com.
Wisconsin, let's talk about something near and dear to my heart. Beer. Specifically, great beer. And if you haven't met Yuengling yet, allow me to introduce you. Yuengling is the oldest brewery in America, founded in Pottsville, PA in 1829. 197 years, 6 generations of family-owned brewing. Do you know how they became America's oldest brewery? By making great beer. This is a real American beer. Smooth, rich, and finally here in Wisconsin. So grab a Yuengling, raise a glass, and celebrate history the way it was meant to be celebrated, by drinking it. Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America. D.G. Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? At Milwaukee Weight Loss, we know the secret. Our doctor-developed, easy-to-follow weight loss program helps you lose weight fast, naturally and safely, and with no drugs or injections with risk of serious side effects, no prepackaged meals, bars, shakes, and no exercising required. Our program helps reset your metabolism so you can keep the weight off for good with a coach for ongoing support. Our program costs up to half as much and works up to twice as fast as most other programs. Go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation.
Back to school season always seems to get everybody back on a schedule. So here's my question. When are you going to make yourself part of that routine? Homer here, and that's exactly what I did with Milwaukee Weight Loss. I wish I would have started sooner. Feeling better, got more energy, because it works. Right now, if you enroll by August 31st, you'll save $200 on the complete Milwaukee Weight Loss program. Don't keep putting it off. Visit MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com and schedule your free consultation today.
Results may vary.
Planning a high-level event shouldn't feel overwhelming. I'm Tiara Gomez, founder of Events by Design. For over 25 years, we've helped companies turn complex, high-pressure events into seamless, unforgettable experiences. When trying to engage your team and pull off something meaningful, the details matter. From concept to execution, we design every event so it reflects your vision and delivers real impact. No missed moments, just refined experiences people will remember. Let's start designing today. Search online, Events by Design.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Hey, it's Brian Balaga. Find the Homer Hour on the ESPN Wisconsin app today.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The brand new ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. It's that time.
Yes, it's finally here.
Craig makes his picks of the week.
You can bet the house on it.
Picks of the week on Sunday Karma with Craig Karmazin. Presented by Palermo's Pizza, Wisconsin's hometown pizza.
Can't wait to see what happens next.
On ESPN Wisconsin and WisconsinOnDemand.com.
Yeah, it's Palermo's Picks time here on Sunday Karma with Alex Strouf and Kyle Wallace. Are you craving a pizza night? Well, you better head over to your local Piggly Wiggly because you can grab a Screamin' Sicilian thin and crispy pizza for just $5.99. What a deal that is. That's a deal worth screaming about. Loaded with more flavor, more real cheese, and more premium toppings. More is amore. Perfect for quick dinners, game nights, or feeding a hungry crew. That is Screamin' Sicilian thin and crispy pizza. $5.99 at your local Piggly Wiggly. Stock up now, only through Tuesday, August 4th. Through Tuesday, $5.99 Screamin' Sicilians at your local Piggly Wiggly. Shop the pig and save. All right, Kyle, we got about a minute. I'm curious in your opinion, though. How are you feeling in terms of, like, can the Brewers actually get to a World Series this year?
The trade deadline has not passed, Alex Strouf.
That's true.
There's still deals that can be made.
So let me ask you
There's
this.
a Mason Miller who's available, Casey Mize. There's a whole bunch of guys that are available.
Will the Brewers make a big splash?
The Brewers will make a splash. Now,
a big splash, I said.
They're going to get somebody.
Brandon Lockridge.
No.
Doesn't count.
They're going to get somebody. We're going to trade one of our prospects. We're going to get somebody. Now, who that is, I do not know. I don't know if it's going to be Mason Miller. That would be great. But they are going to get somebody. They made moves yesterday because they were freeing up some room on the roster.
Notice how much time we spent on that today?
And so we will see. But I'm confident the Brewers will make a deal. The trade deadline is not a Brandon Lockridge type deal.
Thanks for hanging out with us this morning. This has been Sunday Karma. ESPN Wisconsin, the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Peace.
This is ESPN Wisconsin and ESPNWisconsin.com.
Meet Jim and Rita. We went on a motorcycle trip. But somewhere in Wyoming, Jim and Rita were in a serious accident. They blocked off the